two questions which come out of that, Matthew. One is a lot of our potential customers and customers have this question about when should we uh, sign up a BPO versus move from in-house to BPO. And this is, and given your experience, would love your view on that, and maybe a sub part of that. Another question a lot of customers have: how do we select a BPO, right? Like,
Yeah,
right? And
yeah,
from your view on both sides of the aisle, what is your advice on both? Because is it price? Is it quality? What measure? How do you measure quality? Yeah. So
yeah,
if you could talk about that BPO choice question a little bit, yeah.
yeah, absolutely. And I'll start with the first one of the selection process. I mean, certainly cost it comes into a factor, right? You got to know what you can afford right
Hmm.
before you even start the process, because that's going to really narrow down really the region that you're going to be able to look for. It really has been priced out to that point, and then within that region, which part of also that cost is not just what the BPO is proposing, but also your cost to support that office. So that's where nearshore has become more of an option within the outsourcing world versus the Philippines, for example. So once you find that spot within the finances that you want, then I'm looking for a partner that has experience in the type of industry that I'm servicing. So for OpenTable, it's hospitality. If I can find one that's done similar hospitality type experience, that's going to help a lot, because then they understand my customer. Now I just need them to understand my employees. Because what you really want is for the customer to never know that they talk to either an outsourced experience or an in-source experience. Like own and operated or BPO, the customer should never be able to tell. They will always tell if you don't find that partner that doesn't mirror in your philosophies and leadership and the same aspirations for their cultural experience as yours. So that to me is the absolute must-have. They can't check the box in that they want to deal with employee empowerment, coaching and mentoring, developing their employees to be more than just CSRs, but to really thrive in their career. And there's a lot of BPOs out there that do that, because that's a differentiator now. That's more than just the paycheck. And those that are able to collect the employees that really want to give that discretion effort, that really want to have that future, and then maintain them, those are the best BPOs out there. There's ones that are great, there are ones that are okay, and there's ones that are just really not very good. Ultimately, it comes down to the difference within this experience is the leadership within that site. There could be great companies, but if they have a director that's running that office that's really struggling, your clients are going to feel that pain. So you want to get to know and vet and interview like they're on your team, the
Right.
leadership of that office that's ultimately going to be leading it. And if you would sign up on them to be on your team, I'd feel good. If you wouldn't, move on to a different vendor, or give them that feedback and let them give you another alternative, because typically they do. They'll have multiple offices to pick from. So that's typically how we would go about selection.
Got it.
It's important to understand that, because that's also kind of answers also when do you decide to select.
Right.
Part of it is cost, but it's more of just where do you want to invest your money, right? People who are worth millions of dollars still take out a house loan because they'd rather spend their money to invest and then borrow your money to buy assets, right?
Right.
So it's kind of a similar thing here in that, yeah, I can cut my costs, but more so I can manage my costs and expand more offerings to my customers. So I want to maintain my headcount, but I want to open up another channel. That's a great opportunity to look for a partner, because that's somebody who's expertise in that channel. So we've never done chat before, maybe look for someone to help us kick up a chat. Really looking for quick, fast responses on these really easy, simplistic tickets, not customer facing. That's something I absolutely want to look to extend as an outsource. The other is you have to think about where your office is, the physical location. Are you in the Midwest, where there's a lot of really cold weather, and in the winter months it makes it difficult sometimes to maintain power, heat, connectivity 365 days a year? You need a redundancy site, so that if you ever do close because of weather impacting things, your customers aren't left stranded. That's another great service that a BPO provides. And so if you have that redundancy, now it's thinking about what customer experience do you ultimately want to create. And I don't mean that in the negative way towards BPO. In many ways, BPOs outperform own and operate. Again, it comes down to the leadership. So it's about defining what that customer experience you want, and then where you want to really invest your assets, meaning your CSRs, and that experience with your customers. And if there's ones where you want to digitize, that's when I outsource. The other final one, most outsourcing is out of the United States. The simple reality is Americans are not great with written English. So if you're
Right.
looking for digital channels, even in English, I find
Very
that you're
different.
going to get almost better quality when you go outside the US.